derivatives. They need to also understand how the derivatives work, because different.
And that conversation took place. It was a journey. It required a lot of working together, really, for us to actually get to the point where we were actually, surprisingly, but at the same time, thankfully, being persuaded to get the license. It also was I guess a feather in a cap for us to be able to pat ourselves on the back to say that, okay, look, we know that the way we're running the business is actually in accordance to what the regulators want and what they expect. But I guess over and on top of that, it also was a testament to how we decided, or actually how we built our internal operational risk management as well, right? You touched briefly on the whole Terra situation, right? And we chose not to list the coin or the token based on our internal risk management parameters and strategies. And this was also because, again, the business as a whole and its risk appetite is relatively low, right?
Yeah.
That's also been the way that we have rolled out many different aspects of the business in terms of even the types of clients that we onboard, all the way up to the types of counterparties that we work with as well. So just touching on the point that James was talking about just now, the guidelines recently limiting marketing to the retail space, which I think is something that was a necessity because, of course, we want to try to avoid the trivialization of digital payment token trading. But what is happening is that by virtue of regulations being rolled out, Singapore being one of the trailblazers in the space, what we managed to see is that once the regulations are rolled out, it's the manner of which for institutions, entities, counterparties, or any market participant to actually say very clearly, okay, I now know that if I'm going to get onboarded, this is a particular way it needs to be done. If my funds are going to be kept in or off an exchange, it's basically going to be done in this particular way, right? This is safeguarding and custody requirements. There is technology risk management requirements that need to be adhered to. So I guess what happens is that, of course, I'm sure you'll be aware, when a regulator rolls something like one particular jurisdiction, it normally is echoed in various ways, not necessarily wholly, but aspects of it rolled out in the other jurisdictions that are relatively close to it.
Your views, your predictions on how do you see this space evolving over the next 6 to 12 months when it talk about institutional adoption. So in 2 lines or 30 seconds, if you could just talk to us about your prediction starting in production.
I think it was still very similar to what I mentioned at the start of this panel. I think I anticipate a lot of market consolidation to take place, because as it is with any industry, right? You have a lot of small players that come together to fragment the market or the industry matures, consolidation takes place, and you find maturity in the market by virtue of not just regulations but best practices as well. So I think it's going to be a lot clearer for market participants to be able to figure out how they can get involved in crypto and to what extent it plays a role in their business, their life, their venture, and so on.
Chris?
Yeah, I think with the current regulation, we will not see too much changes, but we may probably see more regulations coming on the adoption of crypto by institutions, because it is not easy, especially for the shareholders, to hold extra volatility in their shares because of the holdings of cryptos. So we will see more and more regulations than some.
Thank you for all your valuable insights. I think this was a very, very insightful panel. We did very well in the time as well.